You feeling younger today? Are you
Man,
today, sir?
you know, it's my last 365 days until my 40s, you know. So this is this age 39, you know, I got one more year to tell people I'm in my 30s. So
Enjoy it, sir, because when you get in your 40s, your body starts hurting. You gotta take
man,
you
I
gotta
feel
take
like
old
that
man
happened
naps.
at 32. I feel like about 32, that's when that started happening.
Ward, you gotta take old man naps and everything like this.
Man, listen,
I
I
tell
work
you all
from
the
home
time.
and I still take a nap.
See, I tell people all the time. Listen, if you want me to go out late night, I gotta get an evening nap, man. I gotta get a 2 hour nap before I
Yeah,
get it.
and it's got to be 2 hours. I don't be taking
Yes,
those power naps, no 20-minute joints. Nah.
absolutely, man. Absolutely, man. Well, happy birthday again to you, brother.
Thank
You
you,
know what I'm
bro.
saying? For real. Many more to you, brother. Let's go ahead, man. I guess a busy battle rap weekend. Finally, we're gonna get
Finally.
some battles. How you feeling going into the J2 battle, man? Winter Madness. Shout out to Calico. What's up, man?
I'm feeling great, man. I'm feeling really, really good, bro. I'm excited for the battle. I'm excited for the card. I'm excited to be back in the Detroit area. You know, I know
Right.
it's like about 30 minutes from Detroit in Mount Clemens, but Midwest event. You know, bucket list type thing, performing on a card with Mook. You know,
Right.
that's super dope.
Right.
As well as Arsenal. You know, I've obviously performed on cards with Arsenal and the rest of the guys plenty of times, but if I'm not mistaken, this is my first time ever being on a card with Mook. I don't think I was on the Mook Big K
No,
card.
you're right. You're right, brother. Well, no.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
most of the time I'm on the Hitman cards, but you know, I think it's my first time being on the card with Mook. And so yeah, you know, I got an opponent who's coming off one of his best performances. You know, and opponent not only coming off a best performance, but you know, from what I hear, he went down to Netflix and got him a W, you know, in a small tournament there. So you know, he's riding a high right now, and
Right.
that's when you want to face your opponents. You know, when I faced Av, he was riding a high. When I'm, you know, Rock, he's on his Cody road. You know, run. You know, you want to face your opponents so that there's no excuse that you're getting the best form of what they got. You know what I mean? So definitely excited for it.
How much elaborate the confidence word for me as a blogger, because I don't know how it is. You guys write the raps. You go out there and get wins and losses, right? And if Ward is coming up a dope battle, right? Boom. He has a two-game winning streak. He's going to another battle, right? How much confidence? Does the confidence go into the material now? With your writing, you feel more comfortable with the material you're writing, your creative process? How does that work?
You know, I don't know. Not for me. You know, I don't think it's like a situation where you're like, man, like in basketball where you might have dropped 30 and you're like, your jumper's hitting. The next game, it travels over to that. You're still hot.
Right.
The next game, you're still hot. You know, I think every battle is different. Every opponent poses a different way of attacking them. You know what I mean? And so I don't necessarily think that because someone's on a run right now, that means you're going to get their best, you know, because like I said, every opponent's different and styles make fights. And certain people can be at their best. And then guess what? Your best just kind of looks really mediocre in front of that person, you know? And I think that's one of the things that happened with me and Big K is like, I thought like, I really was happy with a lot of my material. I thought I delivered it very well, you know, and then stylistically, you know, I thought he, you know, it was tough to overcome his rounds, you know? So, but you know, staying active, I think helps like ring rust wise and just being prepared and different things like that. But as far as the material, like, you know, everybody's just different.
Can it be different also for somebody coming off a loss? How much confidence can a person have?
Coming off of a loss is just the mentality. You know what I mean? Like if anybody's like a true competitor, they don't like the feeling of losing, or they don't like the feeling of letting the scene down in which that they believe that they're the best.
Right.
So they put that much more effort into making sure they don't feel that again. You know? And so you know, their opponent still poses a different threat. Still going to be difficult to find ways to attack them or whatever. But you know, you might, you know, it might be one of the situations where you was putting in 2 a days and now you're putting in 3 a days, you know, and now you're putting in 4, you know what I mean? And so it's like, yo, like, you know, we're not trying to make a habit out of getting beat in battle rap.
Right. How much, I don't want to use the word pressure, right? But I was just in the spaces with a bunch of people in there, right? Jay Black was in there, the boss, Jay Small, Sheet Happens, and a lot of them, right? And a large percentage of people having you winning the battle against J2, right?
Yeah.
Pressure for you know when people automatically say they got Ward, they feel like even though people say it's gonna be a good matchup because he's coming off a dope battle with Snake Eyes, right? Beating Twerk and Netflix and everything, and J2's having probably one of his best years.
He didn't beat Twerk though. He beat Ease and Capo.
Ease and Capo, my bad. Pardon me. Ease and Capo. Capo beat Twerk, my bad. Pardon me.
Yeah.
Right. So can it be one of those? Is it pressure on you that people got you as
Absolutely not. Like I would be more pissed off if people didn't have me winning. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that there's a clear difference in how good I am and how good J2 is.
Okay.
Like that's just how I feel, you know? Like
are you sleeping? Are you sleeping on J2, sir?
Pause. Look. Yo.
What are we doing? This guy, man, what you got on here?
What are you doing, bro? What are you doing? Yo, did you really just say that?
Traveling, clipping.
Yeah. Yo, this is targeting. You might be removed from the interview and you might be out. Like, bro, what are we doing? 3.
All right, let's start over. Let's start over. All right. Let's grab that part. No, but honestly, though, man, because the way people talking in there, right? They were saying, Ward coming up the Av battle, right? We didn't see the best version of Ward, right? And that could be a bad thing for J2. Some people are saying.
Yeah, of course. My best version is clearly better than his best version. That's just the facts. Yeah. My best version of A Ward is clearly better than the best version of J2.
Wait, sir. Do you have respect for J2's pen? Can I ask you that?
No, absolutely not. No. Like you do?
No, sir. It's not about me. I'm asking the gentleman right here, sir. Okay.
I mean, do I respect his pen? No, I respect the creativity. Like, don't get it twisted. He had bar tonight, right?
Mm-hmm.
He had bar tonight.
Right.
In the same breath, 2 bars later, he said, "You're like a transgender cat because you think you're a dog, but you identify as a pussy." That is a terrible bar. So like bar tonight, silencer, taking accountability.
Yes, sir.
In the next breath.
This guy, A-Ward, man.
3, I just watched the battle, a recent battle.
Yes, sir.
My bars are like pissing off the granny on the front porch. They're so mean.
So mean. Okay. This guy.
3.
Yes, sir.
I brought a big bird because I've been ostracized.
Oh, you're doing your homework. He's doing his homework.
When I say I don't respect, when you say pen, right?
Yes,
there's obviously a level of pen, right? What I'll say is this much. J2 stumbles upon very creative things. He delivers things very well, and he has moments, right? And this doesn't even go just specifically to J2, but we have got to start penalizing people for bad bars, bad rapping, and you know what I mean?
All right.
Because what happens is they'll just see what sticks, just rap anything they want, and then boom, oh, accountability. Oh, we forgot about, you know what I mean? All of the other stuff. And it's like, that's not how I judge a round, you know? I had the first round debatable, but probably give it to J2. But then, obviously he got Snake up out of here the next 2 rounds. But what I'm saying is like that stuff against somebody that don't rap nothing trash like that at all. Like this, everything is, I don't even freestyle trash because I can't compute trash in my head, Like I might be underprepared, or I might say something that's just cool or regular, but I ain't gonna say something that you're like, bro, that did not even deserve to be written down.
Okay. So what if somebody says J2 had a better performance on your power move, sir? You say what then?
I say his best performance of all time is better than my worst performance of all time.
Oh, you got a chip on your shoulder. I see. I know you. I studied.
Wait. 3. I watched his interview with you. He said that's my best performance of all time.
Yes, it is. Snake Eyes, right?
You and him both said that's the worst A Ward we've seen in years.
Yes, in years. Absolutely. So
anybody with their right mind would say his best performance of all time should be better than my worst performance of all time. Or we wouldn't belong on the same card. So I'm saying, like, if for some reason his best performance ever was worse than my worst performance ever, we would be battling on a nobody's league, and I would just be getting paid to give him a shot. You know what I mean?
So basically, you're saying that if he beats you, like Jacksonville beating the Chiefs.
Yeah, and guess what? The NFL, bro, like the Panthers can get a W every now and then. They took us to the wire. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so you have to be on your P's and Q's. Is that the word? P's and you cross and dot your I's, whatever. I've been, bro, in preparation. There's so many letters that you have to figure out what they mean. The dot and I's, T's, P's, and L's and G's and B's and Q's and all of that stuff. But you got to be on your LGBTs and Q's, so that you got to make sure that you're on top. But what I'm saying is, like, so you can't go in here like slacking on anybody at this level.
Right. Agree.
But before the game, was the Panthers, going to be predicted to beat the Chiefs? No, because we know what it is.
Right.
And so, I say that to just say, like, I think J2 is talented. I think he is talented. I think he has a good delivery. I think, occasionally he has a line like the accountability line where you're just like, yo, that shook the. I can't sit here and hate. If you watch the footage, I probably was in the back and walked all the way across to the room when he said it. You know what I mean? Because that's a fire line.
So if the people that got J2 beating you, is it if someone has J2 winning the battle, is it because when they saw power moves? And is that fair?
Yeah, absolutely. Has to be. I mean, unless they're just biased against A Ward. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because you're not taking any. Like his performances, even his power move performance is not better than my rock performance. You know what I mean? Like it's just there's just certain levels to it, and people look at battle rap through a different lens. You know what I mean? Like they look at it through different things or whatever. He had great moments in his Snake Eyes battle, and he won. I don't think that he necessarily was killing him second and third round. Like he did in his first. I thought he tailed off a little bit too. He probably tailed off like a salamander, like if you take the hands and the feet off of a salamander, it becomes a snake, right? But then he probably tailed off like but you get the idea.
Yo, let me tell you something right now. I would not be surprised if J2 sees this when I drop this and piss him off even more. He probably needed to hear shit like this.
He did. I even told him, like, I was like, and we had a conversation, like, because we cool, you know what I mean? Right. And the other thing that's funny is I heard his first round. We sparred the night before, just first rounds, right? And he was wilding, you know what I mean? And of course, we're just sparring.
Right? For Snake Eyes,
Snake Eyes. Yeah. Not this battle, my bad.
Yeah, okay.
I heard his first round for Snake Eyes. We sparred the night before, and he was wilding. And as battle rappers, like when you're sparring or whatever, I'm not gonna tell you in that moment, yo, that transgender cat line is terrible. You know what I mean? Because you're battling the next day, right? Like I'm not gonna mess up your psyche if I don't like something. So I don't want it to be like, well, when you heard my round the night before, he was wilding. You know what I mean? But what I will say is that we both had said, like, we're battling each other, like, I ain't got no beef with J2. I think he's a cool dude. He don't got no beef with me. These type of battles, you need something to kind of like, I'm about to go in here, And so that's why we do these interviews. That's why I watch his interview. And he said, "A Ward ain't invincible," and this, that, and the third. And I'm watching, and I'm like, okay, I see you. Right, keep talking. I see your little Snake Eyes, pack, with the blunt in the background. Like, you're not gonna have one of those with A Ward's name on it. It's not happening.
Let me ask you: do you feel there's been a lack of promotion for this card, or this card need promotion? All the people that's on this card.
Man, that's a good question. I'm not like the promo king, so when I get a battle,
you do good promo though. You do good. You're a great person to interview though.
Yeah. I have some slick type promo, man. I go on Twitter, make some jokes back and forth, might do this, that, and third. I mean, I'm wearing a Pause hoodie right now, hopefully the thumbnail will get you, a couple extra views. But I will say that much is like, the expectation probably was, since Mook and Ars are headlining it, and Calico and Swamp are pretty much a co-headline, that they would carry the promotion, like those four names would carry a lot of the promotion. And I don't know that I've seen a lot of that, but
only Arsenal.
Only Arsenal, yeah. And so, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, but at the end of the day, there's enough names on this card to where it sells itself, And I think at Calico's first event was very, very successful. People really enjoyed it. They enjoyed, the pay-per-view live, the everything, So I think people can look forward to another successful event. You're not gonna have to worry about, all kinds of, mic issues or different things like that. But I do know that, I don't know what Calico really expected, because, he called me and he wanted this battle for like the viral capabilities of it. You know what I mean? And so I don't say that to discourage J2, because I fall in the same boat. But like, this battle was put together because it's white Christian versus black gay guy. Like, there's a reason why and this is way before, this is months and months ago. I seen Calico in Detroit. I was up there kicking it with Marvin Quest or whatever, months and months ago. I told him, your next event, I want JC, and I told him, and he's like, bro, we booking that. He's like, I want that. That hasn't happened yet. Cool. I told him the price then. He said, bet, boom, I gotta have that battle. So when he came towards this battle, and I'm like, yo, I told you back then I wanted JC. It was no disrespect to J2. I was like, I don't duck smoke. I'll battle whoever. We know that. Calico was like, Ward, I just think the you and J2 match. And J2 said it in your interview. He called him and said, yo, I got this match. He wants the viral, the possibilities of that, So I don't know if, promo wise, there was an expectation for him from myself and J2, but we're active battlers. We got a lot going on and stuff like that. So what I'm going to make sure he knows is that he gets every dollar worth of what happens in that ring, and more. Like, it's gonna get.
Hey, you're talking kind of crazy. Hold on, what time out, sir? Are you
three? It's gonna get real. Vixen the Assassin in that mug.
I was in the building for Vixen Assassin.
Shout out to the homie Vixen. I hate that I. You know what? I'm gonna retire it right now. I'm retiring it on this interview right now. I'm gonna stop using her as a punchline for like a body bag, or you know what I mean? Because I ride with Vixen heavy.
You should not do that. You should let that live. That's what you did. You earned that. You earned that. Don't take that from yourself. Wait, hold on, sir. Stay with me. Two-part question. Are you coming to this battle with a chip on your shoulder?
Chip on my shoulder?
Yes. Aggravated? Can I use that word? Or maybe, I don't know.
Not really like a chip on my shoulder per se, but more just so, like I said, like, like I don't, like, when's the last time you saw me lose twice in a row?
Never. I don't think I can recall that.
Okay, so, and I got 115 battles. You know how crazy that is? What kind of crazy stat is that? You've never seen A Ward lose twice in a row in 115 battles.
That's wild.
Let's just take the 60 that are like legit battles. You know what I mean?
Well, hold on, sir. Let me push back. After Verb, who do you battle? How'd you beat the Verb? Who you battle after that?
After Verb, I battled Real Sick, but I beat Verb.
How'd you beat the Verb?
Yeah.
Who did you have the Real Sick?
It was people had me losing to Frack before Verb.
Right. Oh, so Frack was before Verb.
Frack was before Verb.
I thought it was Frack and Verb.
But you're right though, because last year was the year that people would have had me taking some L's, right?
Yes.
But like, yeah. So if someone wanted to argue that I lost the Verb, then
no. For me, I had you beating Verb. I was thinking more of Frack and Real Sick.
Yeah. Yep.
So I forgot those are not back to back.
Yeah. That's why I said that. But
okay, my bad.
So yeah, there's definitely a chip on my shoulder. Like, let's keep it a buck, bro. Like, J2 is would widely be considered a tier or two underneath me.
Damn.
Would you?
Jesus Christ.
I think it's pretty well known that I'm a top tier battle rapper.
You're a top tier battle rapper. Yes, you are.
Okay. I would argue that J2 is a mid tier, or he's like a getting there.
Mid tier. I would say mid tier.
What happens is the word low has a negative connotation to it, so we just throw all the low people in the mid tier so that we don't feel like we're offending them. That's just a fact.
Wow, this guy is good.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, imagine me coming off of a loss.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
And then my next battle is against someone a tier or two beneath me, and then I lose to them too. Then I'm in jeopardy of being considered amongst them. We're not talking about I battle Av and then I turn around and battle, T-Top. You know, where it's like, okay, bro, these are two top tier dudes going at it. Anybody can lose any day. I can't take an L to Av and then turn around and take an L to, you know, I can't. The Chiefs lose to the Bills, right? You know what? Two of the best teams in the league. The next week they lose to the Panthers. Oh, something's wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I
mean? Yeah.
So we coming into Detroit clipped up. Look, I respect J2 and his craft and everything. As much as I say, like, I mean, that's just a fact of how I look at him as a pen. There's a lot of things that he says, and I'm just like, that's not it, you know. But delivery wise, performance wise, you know, aggression. Mm-hmm. He finds creative ways to say things. It impacts the crowd, whether I like it or not. You know, if the crowd likes it, I mean, that's part of battle rap. You know what I mean? So there's no like taking him light.
Right.
It's just more so like I gotta show levels. I gotta show the levels this weekend.
So go back to the word viral aspect, because you said Calico is looking for a viral aspect.
Yeah.
Is that something that you're looking for also?
If I go viral, it's because of how crazy it was. Like I don't cater into the like, oh, because you're a white Christian, you got to go in here and break down theologically and you know, him and figure out how to tell him like, you know, I'm not going to switch my style and be like, you know, oh, this is a conversation we have to have. Because right. Like if there was a conversation I felt like I had to have with him, I just have it with him the day before and be like, yo, you know, like as a person, you know. Now I understand that there are angles and different things, you know, that he'll probably touch on from me being a white guy or me being a Christian. There's angles and stuff that I'll touch on from him being, you know, homosexual. And so like there'll be little things like that, but like I'm not the kind of battler that's gonna go in there and give you like a whole sermon or, you know, a whole bro. That's not what got me here, and I'm not gonna switch it up now.
All right. So he said Snake Eyes was his biggest battle up to date, right? So you're his next battle. That's obviously the biggest battle. This is the biggest battle of his career. Respectfully, you're not the biggest battle. J2's not the biggest battle of your career, right? Does that?
I might. Well, no, Twerk probably. What? Twerk's probably the biggest battle he's ever battled. Like, no, I'm saying like who's the biggest biggest name he's ever battled? Probably Twerk.
Twerk. Okay, in the Netflix thing.
No, he battled Twerk on URL.
Oh, he did battle. I'm bugging. He did battle Twerk on URL. My bad. I apologize. He did battle Twerk on URL. I'm bugging. Yeah, it'll be Twerk. All right, so Twerk is the biggest battle, right? My bad. Okay, but you got to think, Ward. He's coming to this battle with, like you said, momentum. If you want to say the momentum word, like he had a great, I think he had a dope performance against Snake Eyes, right? I got you into the battle, right? Don't get it twisted. But I think, you know, he's not gonna play with you though. You know that. He's not
no, nobody ever does. Like I mean, like that's you know what I mean. Like, you know, nobody ever does. And let's pause that one too. Actually, we'll pause that one too. But nobody ever does. And I fully expect him to be like he's gonna need to be the Snake Eyes performance or better to compete.
Okay.
So the mark of someone that is like one of them ones is a guy that can put on back-to-back type performances like that, you know. And so that's what's gonna be necessary. And you know, if he goes in here and puts on a Snake Eyes type performance, bro, like he's consistently proving he belongs on cards like this, you know, and that's good, you know, because J2, I'm sure, is just like me. Like there was a point where I got into battle rap where I did not want to be booked because I was Christian, and I did not want to be booked because I was white. You know what I mean?
Really?
We both. I know that both of those things can be assets and it can be hindrances to my career or to a battle, right? I know for a fact that because I'm white, people are like, yo, he's white, you're not supposed to do that, you know? I know because I'm white, people are like, yeah, I just don't relate to that. I relate more to the black guy, you know what I mean? Right. So there's different. But from a talent and competitor standpoint, I don't want people to rock with me because, oh, he don't cuss. I want people to rock with me because I'm one of the best rappers, writers, performers, entertainers that this sport has ever seen. And that's what J2 wants too, you know? It's okay to go in and be yourself and be unashamed about what you are or whatever. That's cool. But he wants to get booked because of what he puts on that paper and how he performs it. And so him going in there and doing that again after the Snake Eyes battle against me is going to continue to submit himself in that lane.
Okay. Arsenal or Mook, who you like?
I hate to do it, but I'm taking Mook, man.
You hate to do it? What do you hate to do? Why do you hate to do
I
it?
guess I shouldn't hate to do it. I rock with Arsenal heavy. I've always said Arsenal's like he's got the best delivery to me in battle rap, and when he's on, man. Watching him battle like Geechee and watching him battle some of these other guys, when he's like, man, yeah. And it's just like, bro, that Arsenal's amazing. I'm not sure, and maybe it's the lack of promo. I'm not sure how bad he really wants to kill Mook. Like I know we have this idea of like Mook and Ars, like they're gonna see each other one day. I don't know if that's currently brewing. If he's gonna come out here like but I do know Mook has always got lines, layers, angles, everything like that. Whether you might say this was a reach or this was whiskey business or whatever, he's always pretty tight knit with how he writes. So just off the strength of that, I'm an edge Mook.
Okay. I know Marv is your guy. Do you have Marv beating Rock?
Yeah, I got Marv.
Cause that's your guy, though. How biased is that, sir? That's your man. I shouldn't even ask you that question. You're not gonna go against Loso. You're not gonna go against Marv and Quest. Those are your guys.
Thanks. Yeah, I got Marv, man. I just, bro, like, let's be honest. When's the last time Marv battled in Detroit?
Me and Marv had a conversation about that the other day, man. And he seems very confident.
Like, what?
I got Rock winning the battle. I got Rock winning.
You probably got Rock winning the battle because if we keep it in a buck, do you believe Rock has to win this battle?
Yes.
Exactly.
He has to win it.
Exactly. So Rock probably got a lot riding on it, Cody-wise, with Av, then boom, 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 going back and forth.
He just lost to Chef Trez. He cannot afford to lose back to back.
Yep. And if you think about it, after this, there'll be 3 common opponents, right? Rock and Av will have both battled Marv, Chef Trez, and A Ward.
Wow.
And so then we can look at like how they fared against those 3 common opponents.
I don't know. Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, I got Marv 4-0.
Marv
don't never lose a coin toss, bro. If you ever want to win the coin toss, let Marv tell you heads or tails.
Oh,
I'm telling you, it works every time.
So real quick, I saw Beasley and Smack. They were on. Shout out to Drect. What was on it? Drect. What's my guy name? Rain 910.
Yep.
And the whole squad over there, right? I like what they bring into the coach also in terms of battle rap things and everything. They had Beasley and Smack on there, right? And they were talking about name 5 battle rappers from the past 5 years, bigger than anyone on the URL roster, right? And obviously, names you probably can't throw easy on it because he was on URL, right? So I can't put his name respectfully to that guy, right? I'm glad somebody said your name because your name should have been in that conversation, right? When your name was brought in that conversation, did you take offense to that?
No. I mean, my name, if we're just keeping it a buck, like if we're talking about stars in battle rap, like newer stars in battle rap, like, I mean, it's me. It's really a short list. So they were correct in like name 5. Like it's not, there's really not 5 out there. It's really kind of me. And like, I would have a hard time filling out the rest of the 5,
What you mean you have a hard time, sir?
No, not for me, but I'm saying like finding 4 more names that could rival the.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. My bad. Okay, that rivalry.
Right.
So I can't say Real Sick, and I love Real Sick. I can't say Real Sick.
No. So here's the question. The question was this. So they mentioned that Real Sick, Lou Castro, Drugs. I think they mentioned Eunice. And I think that might have been it. But anyway, they were basically saying that in the last 5 years, nobody has created any new stars outside of URL that could rival with, their stars, that if it's not been on URL. So, my name is brought up, and what's crazy is the first excuse popped out quick because they said outside of URL. And then when my name got brought up, they said, yeah, but he was on King of the Dot. Well, the last time I checked, King of the Dot is outside of URL, right? All right. So that was the first excuse, right?
All right.
And then the second was, however, his numbers and his viewership are not bigger than the guys we just listed because he doesn't do views unless he's battling URL guys.
Okay, is that fair?
It's not true.
Okay,
it's just not true. Like there's factual evidence that it's not true. You know what I mean?
Give me to the people on row C that don't know the factual evidence. Can you please break it down your evidence, please, sir?
Okay, so let's take the idea of battling a non-URL guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even gonna use like a Sharon or an Ilmac because those guys are legendary battle rappers, right? So let's take a Bangs or a Riggs, right?
Okay.
Battle both of them, got 150,000 views. Each one of those, right? And they brought up viewership, right? I don't really do a whole lot with the whole views thing because we know how it is.
Yes. All right.
Real Stick and Lou Castro don't have any battles remotely close to that battling anybody that's a non-URL guy. As a matter of fact, 3, do you know who their biggest views are? Battling a non-URL guy?
I don't know. Tell me.
Me. Real 6 most highly viewed battle at a 225,000 views is his battle against A-Ward.
On King of the Dot last year.
Lou Castro's most highly viewed battle, not battling URL guys, at 120-something thousand views is A-Ward. Now, I just told you, I battle Bangs, I battle Riggs, I battle these guys, right? There's not a lot of non-URL guys that we keeping it a buck, you know what I mean? So it just wasn't factual. That statement wasn't factual. And then thirdly, let me remind us that like URL is really the only league that is operating as a league, right?
Okay.
So there are major platforms, but URL is really the only league that's operating to where they're signing talent, putting together the farm systems, cultivating talent, and pushing out people. Right?
Absolutely.
So I've not seen King of the Dot fail while URL succeeds. I've seen King of the Dot just not, they've not really done any GZ. The pandemic stopped the big leagues from even operating like that. Whereas URL signed with Caffeine was able to put together a system. And so, yeah, they have put out the most stars, but the other leagues are not, they're not operating with finding talent and trying to put out stars. You know what I mean? Okay. So it's definitely a fact that, yeah, they have more stars, but the fact that they can try to compare it to me and say like their viewership is higher than me, that's just a straight up lie. Like they don't watch battle rap. They don't pay attention, you know, because even if we wanted to go to what I do against the URL talent, my battle with Charlie Clips, both of my battles with Charlie Clips, way more views than Real Six battle with Charlie Clips, you know? So if you want to find like-minded type stuff, you know what I mean? So, and we can go on and on.
Is it hard to compare the app battles to the battles on YouTube though? Is that a bad comparison?
Yeah, because like, I mean, your guys are stars within the viewership of that app, right? But like the only way to compare them to me is to talk about what happens outside of the app because I'm not on it. So we have to find common ground. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So you can't be like, well, they did 172 reactions on, you know, their battle with like, okay, I'm not there.
Right.
So, but I did think they gave me some props, you know, like, I mean, bro, when my name's brought up, you see there's a segment. Why isn't A-Ward on URL? There's a segment of talking about, you know what I mean? Like they know the deal. I mean, that immediately the response was A-Ward don't count. You know, like I'm the exception. So I have a pretty decent relationship with Beasley, and professional and everything.
Beasley showed you love. He showed you love.
He did. He moved on to say that the reason I'm not on URL is because exclusivity, you know, which I thought we were done with that. You know what I mean? I didn't think they were still doing exclusivity. So like, that's why I didn't understand. Like there's a reason why I wasn't on URL in the past, but I thought, you know, that we were moving on to everybody understood that exclusivity stuff is kind of not where it's at. But for some reason, I'm still held to the standard of if I'm ever going to go over there, I have to sign on for those multiple years, you know?
When you heard the word, when you heard that word, did you get it? How did you feel though when you initially heard that word?
Just like, if that's what y'all still on, then absolutely not, you know? Like I've gotten calls from people within the organization over the last few months, you know? I've gotten calls from managers and everybody wanting to set things up. But like, I just say, don't waste my time. You know what it is. No exclusivity. This is the price. Boom, lock it in. It needs to be set up, you know, and if the date changes and this, that, and their third changes, then we have to renegotiate.
All right, 2025, do you think you'll be on URL in 2025? No?
I don't think so. Like I said, unless that changes. I mean, because that caught me off guard is just him mentioning exclusivity. Like, because even the conversations I've had in the last couple of months, like that's always been like, we know what it is now. Like, you're not about to just see, like, if you see me sign an exclusivity contract, right, it's because I'm Shaq on the Celtics. I'm on my way out. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, you know what? I'm ring chasing or something like that. Like, let me go over here and get a couple bucket list things done, you know, before I get up out of here.
Oh man, wow. Is battle rap declining?
Depends on who's looking at it. You know what I mean? I try to think to myself, like when I was a fan back in my college days, like I was just searching for battles, and I could anything I could take in. Pause. But bro, 3 Letterman, let me ask you something, bro. As a battle rapper, when you're battling an opponent, right? They consume you. You know what I mean? Like you're thinking about bars all the time. You're waking up in the middle of the night. You're rapping your rounds. You didn't. The frustration for the last 2 months of thinking of J2 at night is bothered me, bro. It's really bothered me, bro. Like everything is a pause. Like I can't wait for this battle to be over with. But
yeah, this guy.
I'm saying in college, like I'm looking for all kinds of content. Right now, we're content driven heavy. You know what I mean? So for people like just wanting to, you know, to take content and watch it, that's great, you know. But for people that are wanting to see the best out of their favorites, like the Ill Wills and the Bill Collectors and the A-Wards and the this, that, and the third, it's kind of a tough situation. I'm only gonna throw myself in there because of the app performance, but it's kind of a tough situation because we're so content driven that some of us are just kind of getting to where we're okay with just above average, you know, performances.
Yeah, great point, brother. Great point though. But I still want. Here's my thing with you and URL. I would like to see battle on URL. If you don't, I don't think it stops your career doesn't stop. It stop your top tier in this. I just want to see you over there to see the battles and shit. You know what I mean? But you've done good with battling people off URL. You made a big name for yourself by not battling on there. You feel me? So,
and if we're keeping it a buck, like King of the Dot and RBE are both instrumental in like my growth as an artist and the some of the battles I got.
Right.
But I do firmly believe that, you know, the moves that I made from a standpoint of building relationships with multiple leagues,
right?
That I don't think that there is like he's a King of the Dot guy, like URL said. You know, I don't think that he's a RBE guy. You know, I think it's he's a Ward who did great business with multiple leagues, whether it be Riot, King. My highest views battles are Riot. You know, like Riot, King of the Dot, RBE, Chrome. You know, at this time is when I'm starting to become considered top tier star battle rap. You know, it's amongst the plethora of the relationships I've had with multiple leagues, and you know, those leagues are near and dear to me, and I will always rep them, you know, heavily. But I don't think that it's a situation where you're like, oh, but he's a this guy.
Right, you're stuck in one box. I got you. Got you. All right. Well, brother, happy birthday again to you, man. We look forward to this weekend. I mean, when do you fly out to Detroit?
I get there Friday. We don't battle till Sunday, so.
Oh, real quick, I heard the face-offs are different. Is it true that the face-offs are after the battles?
Yeah, I don't. That's why I wore the hoodie here, because I heard I wasn't doing face-offs, and I was like, I didn't buy this just to not wear the hoodie. That's bull.
How do you feel about having a face-off after a battle?
It's that those aren't called face-offs; they're called recaps. You know, so, yeah. So, but I'm okay with it. I'm not a
recaps. It's called recaps.
I'm not a big face-off guy. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and like I do think me and J2 could have some, you know, some back and forth, but you're not gonna get like the J2 Snake Eye energy. You're not gonna get none of that, you know.
Wow.
So, but yeah, I mean,
more comical, right? It'd be more comical and entertaining and comical.
Yeah, you know, like nobody cared that me and Av didn't do a face-off. Like I showed up to the face-offs. He was too late for us to do it. You know, so it's like nobody cared, you know. But I mean, I just think that it'll be interesting, you know. I hope that they stick to that and don't have them, just because I want to be locking in. So,
all right, well, brother, I'll look forward to talking to you after the battle, man. You know how we do.
Hey, man, shout out to the New York Jets.
Don't do that, brother. Don't do that. We're cool. Don't do that. Oh, man, this has been a horrendous year. I don't even listen. I didn't get mad we lost the other day. Lose out. Yeah, I need Jacksonville and the Raiders to win some games. That's what I need to happen. I need Jacksonville and the Raiders to win some games, please.
There's an organic text me after we beat the Raiders, you know, on that crazy, you know, fumble snap or whatever, and I was like, my bad. He's like, nah, bro, I need them to keep losing.
Because why? Shador wants to be a Raider, man. Let's call it what it is. He wants to be a Raider, I believe.
Yeah.
All the signs kind of show that he wants to be a Raider.
Yeah. So,
even
all right, man.
And what, you know.
Appreciate you, my guy.
So before you better be careful of the Bills, sir. Okay, and the Steelers, because your squad, y'all winning some games, but I don't know.
Listen, you know what's crazy is we limped into the playoffs last year with like what 6 losses, 5 or 6, and had to play on the road the whole time and still won a Super Bowl.
Defense last year was better, bro.
Yeah, we had one better defensive back, but we still, you know, we did, and that's key, you know.
I lost Snead, right? Snead who left?
Yeah, Snead left. Yep.
Yes. Yeah, that was big.
Yeah. So you're right. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Herbert throws for 303 touchdowns. It might be a shootout. This Charger game coming up this weekend might be a 34-30.
I don't think Jeff Harbaugh is gonna let Herbert throw that many times.
You know so?
I don't. Maybe our secondary. Hey, you know what?
We'll see.
Hey, we'll see. All right, brother.
You already know, man.
Shout out to my guy A Ward. Y'all.